let's introduce you to our first guest of the evening. He's already in the studio. He's ready to rock and roll. This guy is already as deep as it gets in camp, ready to challenge for a European title. He's going to be doing it at Selhurst Park. We already know that Chris Billam-Smith and Richard Riakporhe are going to be going at it for a world title. This man's got world title aspirations, but on that particular night, he will be challenging for the European title. It is the one, the only Mr. Isaac Chamberlain. Welcome back to the show.
What's happening, guys?
How are you?
What's happening? I'm very good, thank
you. You look like you've run here tonight.
Yes,
you come
he's
straight
in camp.
from camp.
He's in camp.
Straight from training. I got my shorts.
You got your long socks on. You look great.
Long everything.
You look fantastic. You've got a long, lean torso. I was saying to Adam, whenever you are around, we forget how big you are, 6'4", 6'3", 6'4", and because you have that very languid style about you, but you are a big fella.
Yeah.
Thick.
Getting ready. Thick. Whoa.
Everything's big, man. The shoulders. Come on.
Yeah, man. Hey, I've been training hard. I've been on it. I've been relishing this opportunity. You know, this is like 2 steps basically to world honours. 2 steps. This is a final eliminator for a world championship as well. So.
WBC, weren't we saying earlier? Was it?
EBU's always connected to the WBC, so you would think that would be in some way, shape or form
something
linked.
like that. Yeah. So I'm very, very grateful for this opportunity. Sorry.
Bless you. Bless you.
Grateful for this opportunity. I'm grateful to my manager Mick Hennessy does a tremendous job. He's always
done a tremendous job. He doesn't get enough credit.
Yeah, with him, I'm not gonna lie. Big shout out to Mick because he took me from when I was in Miami, training. Everyone forgot about me to selling out shows again and main eventing again.
Darren Barker, Carl Froch, Tyson Fury. He's had a hand in all of them.
Chris Eubank.
He's had a hand in all of them.
Every single one, and he deserves his flowers, man. He's one of the UK's best managers.
No question.
Well, let's get to this, right? Because it's
Tyson Fury as well.
I said Tyson. Tyson. Yeah.
So June 15th's the date, right?
Yeah.
A little later on, we're going to be speaking to Richard Riakporhe, who's going to be in the main event there against Chris Billam-Smith.
Nah, Richard's my guy. Why are you doing it?
No,
don't do that.
I'm trying to get you. No, because. Yeah,
you can't boo a guest that's coming up on the show. What are you doing?
No, I'm not booing him. I'm booing him for Isaac. You're going to have to fight him at some point.
No, you can't boo him for me. No, Richard's my guy. We grew up together, trained together.
But you've got to fight him at some point.
He loves causing trouble over
the money is right.
Listen, let's concentrate on this one because we've got the European title. It's Mikael Sislak, right?
Yeah.
Serious operator. This is for the European title. I want to get not the nonsense, but the Twitter back and forth that we experienced a couple of weeks ago, right? Let's get that out of the way and get this from your side because you're the British Commonwealth champion, beat Mikael Lawal in sensational fashion. Obviously, with that, you get a mandatory that gets called, and that was Chef Clark. That gets called on you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But in the meantime, near enough the exact same time, you get called because you're the mandatory for the European title against Sislak. So there's 2 options on the table of which to do. Now, first bids are up in the air. You guys decide, listen, we're not going to go down the British title route. We are going to go for the European title route. How did all this play out? And was it always in your mind, listen, man, I'm getting a shot at the European title again. Let's go for it.
It wasn't. It was always, a team decision with my managers and my coaches, Bobby Mills and Connor Ward. We was just thinking about it. But sometimes I get caught up in the Twitter accents. I'm thinking, do you know what? Should I just punch up this guy? But then they keep telling me, listen, if the money wasn't on the table, whatever they were offering, going to the zone and fighting Chev and whatever. Would you even look that direction? He's had 8 fights. Come on,
Is he risky as well?
Risky? He hasn't really been tested. Like, you can't say fighting someone like Tommy McCarthy, all my days, he'll smash Isaac Chamberlain because he beat Tommy McCarthy. Tommy McCarthy was flipping. He had, he got called over Christmas. And I remember he was doing an interview with IFL saying that he had, he was drinking beer and already starting his Christmas binging when he got the call. So I'm thinking already he wasn't in shape. And what, you have to fight in about 4.5 weeks maybe? Come on, man. What's that?
I think he's retired since, hasn't he?
He has to have, man. Yeah. He has to have.
I think from a fan point of view, when a mandatory is called, you kind of expect that mandatory to take place. But in your situation, it is a unique situation, and that has to be stressed. You were given, with all due respect to defending the British title, regardless of who it's against, with all due respect to that, you've been given a shot at the European title as the mandatory challenger.
Yeah.
That top trumps it.
Yeah, 100%.
So if you've got dreams, hopes, and aspirations of
doing
something in this business, you take the next bigger step. And the next bigger step is the European title. Okay, maybe I can see people's argument that it could have been done maybe sooner. Maybe.
Yeah.
But the fact is,
do you know what? It's because we was considering all the other options.
Because you still also talking about Vidal Riley, maybe.
Vidal Riley was there. Sky really wanted that fight. Boxer really wanted that fight because he was talking a lot. And I was just thinking, do you know what?
Sells that fight.
It sells. It sells. Everyone.
When you were there ringside when he won, there was a bit of a contretemps. Chef came over. The broadcast went off air. There was a bit of shoving and pushing.
You know what I don't like? I don't really like people talking and not fulfilling what they say they're gonna do. So he just keeps saying my name. He's been saying my name all over.
This is Vidal, yeah?
Yeah, he was saying my name. Then I thought, you know what? All right, I'm here now.
Let's do it.
I'm here. What now, bro? Like, that's what I was really... Because if you're really about it, we fight. And now because of all the mandatory stuff and stuff, they were saying I'm ducking. I've never ducked a fight in my life. I fought all the UK world champions, bro. Like, I fought top guys. I fought everybody in the UK, basically. Do you know what I mean? There's no ducking over here, especially a flipping 8-0 prospects, bro.
Well, if you're going for a European title, it's not a duck.
That's not a duck. Do you know who he says like is? Says like he's a top world-class Polish operator. You know, only lost to Okoli, who was world champion, and Mikael, who was WBC world champion.
Yeah.
Gave him a run for his money. You know, like he's
Alumba Makabu,
and he's on
he was a very dangerous fighter when he fought him as well.
And he's on a run of like 5 stoppages. He stopped McCarthy, stopped Dylan Bregeron, he stopped some other guys. I forgot their names. But
you were saying you're really putting the hours in because you know it's going to be a tough fight.
He's got to bring hell. Do you know why?
Points with Okoli as well. We were recalling just now, 12-round fight.
The reason why I know he's going to bring hell is because he can't afford to lose to me. If he loses to me, his world title aspirations are gone because he was negotiating a final eliminator with Peralta for to fight for the WBC. So now he's going to fight me. He's knowing if he loses to me, either he might have to retire now.
But he is going to lose to you, isn't
he? Yeah. So what's going to happen now? He's going to bring hell and high water, and he's going to bring a lot of Polish fans.
The beautiful thing from any fight fan that's listening to this and their point of view that want to see certain fights, at the end of the day, if you go on and do what everybody expects you to do and become European champion and be challenging for world titles and hopefully pick up a world title, Chev Clark becomes British champion, maybe moves towards European level. At some day down the line, that fight will materialise and there'll be bigger trinkets
100%
on the line.
100%.
There you go. What did you learn from the fight with Chris Billam-Smith? Now, the reason why I bring that up is because that was your attempt, the first time around, of becoming European champion. Just fell short that night. What were the big learns for you from that night going into this one with Sislak?
Don't become too emotional with the whole everything that was going on because we had a game plan and the crowd was booing. They started shouting racial slurs and everything, and that threw my head off. I said, okay, you know what? And before that fight, I was on a string of like knocking out everyone within 3 rounds. So I said, you know what? I'm going to quiet all these guys and just smoke this guy in like the first, second round. So that's why when the bell rang, it was like a spontaneous combustion. Everything was mad. Like, it was like a bar fight for 12 rounds. So I just thought, you know what? Let's go. And then
So you learned to be cold.
Yeah, I have to just be a bit emotionless and stick to the game plan, which was what I done for the Lawal fight. Because in the Lawal fight, I thought, you know what? Should I just go for him now? But my coach kept saying, stick to the game plan, Isaac. Don't start getting a bit too mad.
How hard is that,
to be too greedy.
Yeah, greedy.
But how hard is that?
It's hard. I'm from South London.
That's what I'm saying. Man. You know what I mean? If you're
like, you're just on the smoke all the time.
Yeah.
But as you get older, you have to mature a bit. You know, you have to mature a bit. You have to kind of be like, listen, this is the process. This is what we worked on for 12 weeks, 10 weeks, whatever weeks it is, the training camp. Stick to the game plan. You apply it in the training, then you apply it in the sparring, then you apply it in the fight. Just go through it. And that's exactly what we did for the...
But you're critical of how Vidal Riley fought Lawal, and he did a similar kind of thing.
No, he didn't. Don't do that. He didn't. He ran. He just ran.
I
pushed him. No, stop that. I pushed him back. I moved him to the ropes. You know, I was holding the center. I was holding him to the ropes. Every position I was in with Lawal, I beat him in that position.
You
That's
kept him in his box all night. You did.
All night.
Yeah.
And I even tried to hurt him with some shots. This guy was just playing the running man, bro. Come on, man. He was just running, marathon running, just running around and around. And his dad had to tell him, be brave, son. Be brave. Take some shots, son. Throw something. Be brave. Like, how's your old dad telling you to be brave? What the heck is that all about, man? Don't compare that to me, man.
We've got a group of cruiserweights in the UK. We've got the most dominant cruiserweight division of any country. Yeah, I would say.
100%.
And so do you think, I mean, a serious question, obviously, like you say, yourself and Richard, who's going to be on the show later, are good friends, allies, if you like. There's that fight for you to have. Obviously, there's everyone out there who's holding world titles, and there's Billum Smith again. There's a Coley again. If he stays at...
I think he's gone up, innit?
He's fighting that Bridger weight.
There's nothing going on at Bridger, let's be honest.
Yeah, but he's going to go from Bridger to heavyweight. Yeah. He's not coming.
It's a stepping stone, yeah.
He's not coming.
But are you going to have all these fights? Are you going to have the Riakporhe fight?
I'm looking forward to having all of these fights. Do you know what I mean? I'm looking forward to having all of these fights, you know, at the right time. And I don't want to be like, let my ego speak and be like, you know, I'll fight everyone right now. No, but it's just about taking this process. And I think that taking this European belt, once I take this European belt, it's kind of like I leave Chev and YouTuber Vidal and all them guys in the dust, and now I'm on that trajectory of the world champions, world title contenders. I'm on that elite stage now, you know. So,
I think that's a fair. Well, listen, it's a fair assessment. A European title win, the next step is a world title.
100%.
That's the thing. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. So make sure you stick around, because Isaac's going to stay in the studio. First and foremost, I want to pick your brains on the mental capacity of being a fighter, right? Me and Gareth have had you in the studio on plenty of occasions. We talked about your younger years. Don't want to re-go over that. But what I want to talk about is in the middle of your career, right? You have this wonderful rise. And then you get to the opportunity of fighting a call. It doesn't go your way. The fallout from that and the dark places that you went to where you're at right now, that's some rise from where you were to where you're at right now. You know, whether it be losing promotionals, losing broadcasting deals, losing all these types of things. To where you're at right now. Just talk to me about that journey and what was going on in your head. Was there ever a moment where you thought to yourself, do you know something? Sack this, I'm not going to carry on.
Never.
That's impressive. Talk to me about it.
Isn't it? When there's no plan B, you don't try and offer yourself any form of plan B. You're always gonna find a way, man. And I remember, you know, I don't know if you heard it. You must have heard the stuff that happened with my uncle after all of these things and money problems, and you don't know who to trust, and everyone's there before the fight, and then after the fight, there's hardly people. People ain't really there, and it kind of puts things into perspective for you, and you make a decision that you never want to be like this again. And it makes you grow, you know. It makes you grow. I was 23 years old, headlining the O2.
That's
amazing.
Like,
what the heck?
I mean,
I'm this young boy from
Brixton. You're still
Brixton,
only 30 years of age now. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
You're in your 20s when all this is happening to you.
Yeah, so I was 23 years old. I'm thinking, I'm this young boy from Brixton. Am I really supposed to be here? I had 9 amateur fights, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? And it was such a meteoric rise. And I just had to get used to everything very quickly. I had to grow very quickly. And, you know, when I went away, even when I went to Miami and I was training, not knowing, missing out on my own birthday and Christmas and all of that, because I was away from everyone. And I remember ran out of money when I was there. I was sleeping in a friend's. I would wait for friends like that I made there to drop me to the gym.
You were relying on a lot of help.
Relying on a lot of help, you know, and I'm grateful.
A lot of growing. That's a lot of growing up.
Yeah, and and I had to keep going and I had to keep grinding. But there's never I don't know why I've never had this, but I've never had a thought that's made me think, oh man, this is a bit hard, you know. This is a bit and it's really gone into every aspect of my life. Even in the CBS fight when my orbital bone went and it was hard and everything. Not one moment went by when I went, this is hard, or I was just like, that was part of the problem with me not listening as well. I just kept looking over at him. If he's tired, I'm going to get him next round. I'm going to get him next round. this game, and I feel like I have a bit of that.
Ryan
I
Garcia.
don't stop.
Ryan Garcia.
100%.
He used his lunatic genius. I know we're going to talk about it later. You've got to let your lunatic genius, that kind of, like you say, almost psychotic side, and that crazy side take over.
Yeah, and that's what I think happens to me when I'm training or when I'm fighting or as I'm improving a lot in my boxing. I really I let it consume me. So I want the result of winning so bad. I don't care what happens.
Does that scare you though? Because when you don't know the limit,
does the rabbit hole go, guys?
That's what I mean.
Isn't compartmentalising that scaredness and that fear, isn't that part of the thrill of it?
I always try to find out how deep in the rabbit hole I can go. How crazy can you get?
It's probably limitless.
And I'll tell you one story. I don't think I've told anyone. Yeah, before, I don't know if you know, I had my surgery on my shoulder, and the day that happened, I dislocated my shoulder sparring. I think it was like the 10th or 9th round. And then what happened was the ball and socket, the ball kind of dented as well. And my shoulder was out. And, you know, emergency people, what do you call them? Emergency doctors. Yeah, they came, gave me that, what's that?
Gas and air,
yeah.
And
you were in so much pain, yeah?
Yeah, it was painful, but this is how mad I am. I'm putting in the gas and air, to make it like, because obviously it makes you a bit dizzy and stuff. And I'm asking my coach, how was the sparring and stuff? So I can see if I can take in information under this type of stress and seeing how, if I'm a bit, like,
so
if I can still,
moment,
I'm mad, bro.
Yeah, that's great.
So I'm trying to see if I can really take in information so imagine I get clipped and dropped in the end of a round, and then I go back to the corner, if I can take in the information that he's giving me by taking in this gas and air. So he's talking to me, how is the spot? All right, this is what you need to do. And I'm breathing it in like, okay. And
that's called focus. It's like
madness, bro.
It's madness, but it's also focus. Can I just throw a couple of things out there? Selhurst Park.
Yes, go for it.
Len Harvey, the light heavyweight world champion, fought there. World champion 1939 to 42. So you're in good hands. I know you're cruiserweight. 25,000 is the capacity, and they've had fights there in 1929, 1944, 1948, and 1951. This is the first time since 1951. So 70 years. So you're going to make this special, aren't you?
It's going to be
30,000 with
South London crowd. Come on,
because we were just saying that Billum Smith has obviously been to Bournemouth. We've had some great nights there, but to go to Selhurst Park for the first time in 50 years, it's amazing. Amazing. 70 years. It's amazing.
Yeah, I can't wait. And I swear, England is playing the day after.
Yeah, it's in the middle of the Euros, mate.
Euros, European champion. Come on. You're bringing it home.
Make it sing, baby.
Come on. Football's coming home. It's coming home.
It's started. Listen, Isaac, thank you so much for being on the show.
You running home? You running
home? No way. The car is outside waiting for me, mate.
Listen, all the best we can.
Thank you, man.
This is a massive fight, big opportunity, and by coming through, Mikael says, like, the next time we chat, it'll hopefully be in preparation for a world title.
Yeah, come on.
Hey.
Nice.
All the best. We'll see you on
Great to see you. Cheers, Isaac.
Isaac Chamberlain, don't forget, June 15th, he's when he takes on Mikael Shislak for the European title.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app, and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.